Dogwood Trail is a great way to see Knoxville, and today we are checking out two West Knox Dogwood Trails, and that's Deane Hill and West Hills. These are classic Knoxville neighborhoods. You gotta know about them if you're thinking about Knoxville, or even if you live in Knoxville. I've actually had clients whose parents have moved here, and I've taken their parents to see West Knoxville because it was like a great fit. And my friend didn't even know West Hills existed. So these are awesome, iconic Knoxville neighborhoods. Let's go check them out. All right, more Dogwood Trail today. We're again in West Knox. We are going to see we're seeing Deane Hill. We are turning into Deane Hill right now, beginning of the trail at the start. Deane Hill. Think well-established neighborhood. All of these Dogwood Arts Trail neighborhoods are well-established. Big yards, significantly, what was I gonna say? Significantly established. I already said that. Okay, established. These people got it going on. Look at all the dogwoods. Beautiful yards. My windshield is so dirty. Sorry about that. Hopefully that helps. So you can see a lot of Deane Hill is a lot of oversized ranchers. Not too many traditional 2-stories. Deane Court, this little cul-de-sac here. Beautiful homes, large yards. Okay, so little cul-de-sac turnaround here for the Dogwood Trail. Again, we know we're on the Dogwood Trail because of the painted stripes on the road. Deane Hill is another great option. Is another great West Knox option. Some people would not even consider this West Knox. It is West Knox. We are west of downtown, aka West Knox. And back in the day, like when you would say, where did you live? Like if you lived in West Hills, you'd say, I live in West Knox. Or if you say Deane Hill, I live in Deane Hill. But the next closest going downtown is Sequoia Hills. And then if we're going to stay west, we've got Westmoreland, and then you've got Farragut in terms of Dogwood Trails specifically. Deane Hill, as you can see, well established, large yards. I keep repeating myself because I just want to point out to you, like, these are areas of Knoxville. Like if I was moving here, this is where I would come. 1,000% Westmoreland, 1,000% Deane Hill, 1,000% Sequoia Hills, because it is so close into town, and you are so accessible to literally every gym. Cycle bar, yes. Yoga 6, yes. Real hot yoga, yes. Orange Theory, yes. There's a core exchange. Is it core exchange or core change? I've even been to that before. This house, basement's ginormo. I've been in there. The only problem is like the master closet's huge, and the front windows face out into the closet. Little modern action, more little modern action, or mid-century modern, I should say. Not like 2000 modern, you know? beautiful. And then again, this is a good place to find an oversized ranch, an oversized basement rancher. Like, that's one big basement rancher, huge, right? Also noting that none of the houses look the same. Now, there are obviously multiple basement ranchers in here, but they all have a different vibe, a different feel, and they all kind of have their own little character. There are maybe 2 or 3 new construction houses. That one, that side porch is like beautiful. This is another neighborhood where you will see people out walking. Look at that. I think that's a rhododendron. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think. So I know 3 or 4 things. I know azaleas, magnolias, dogwood trees, and rhododendron. And I can tell you like an evergreen. I can't tell you what kind of evergreen it is. I can tell you a walnut tree, but only based off of the fact that there's walnuts in the yard. I have multiple walnut trees in my personal yard, and I couldn't tell you what a walnut tree looks like in bloom. Anyways, we all have work to do. You know, we all have areas of growth. So this Dogwood Trail is about 2.5 miles into, look at this, see, upgraded, little modern vibe, so good. But I mean, just thinking, you're thinking established, you're thinking older homes, 1950s, 60s, 70s builds. And then, like I said, a couple new construction. There's actually one, if you turn right there, that's been totally gutted. Beautiful house. But then as far as new construction goes, I think there's like 2 options. And then lots, like as we're driving, you're seeing like there's not lots here. So if you were to find a house that needed to be, you know, if you wanted a lot here, it's essentially going to take finding a house that needs to be either gutted or you just tear the house down, which is pretty sad. So that is Deane Hill Dogwood Trail. I hope you have enjoyed. Let's go check out West Hills. All right, we are at the beginning of the West Hills Dogwood Trail. Now, if we compare West Hills to, sorry, no blinker, my bad person, I apologize. If we compare West Hills to Westmoreland, Sequoia Hills, Deane Hill, Farragut, so those are all West Knox Dogwood Trail neighborhoods. West Hills is going to be your lowest price point within the West Knox Dogwood Trail neighborhoods. Now, I am not by any means saying West Hills is cheap. As a matter of fact, West Hills is again, super established, but you can tell like these houses, they're not as large. You have a lot of older ranch homes. I will also point out that similarly to Deane Hill, parts of West Hills literally sit underneath the interstate, underneath I-40. And then you can see that, yes, it's just a different feel. Do you know what I mean? Like, this does not feel like Westmoreland. This feels well established. This feels like people are taking care of their stuff. These homes are just smaller. And maybe they feel like a little bit older, even though some of them are newer, but you can tell like some places need a little love. But West Hills is a great area, coveted neighborhood. And if you can get in, you should do it. See, this is where it's like, I can go straight or I can turn. I'm not really sure. So I'm just going to turn. This Dogwood Trail for West Hills is 8 miles. There are no like get out and take pictures here or like open garden places. but you can tell it's beautiful here. Look at that big old dogwood right there, straight ahead. And then now the further we get, where we started was literally under I-40, and we're 2 or 3 streets over from I-40. Now these houses are still going to hear the traffic, but it's obviously not going to be as pronounced as if we were 2 streets over. These yards are pretty flat. Deane Hill is kind of hilly. You do have homes sitting up, you know, with mountain views, although I say that, and if I go 1 street over, you know, it's a hill, so what do I even know? But you can see, like, okay, this guy right here, it's been painted, newer roof, new shutters. This guy's, they've added on a garage. Ranches, basement ranchers, like this is a basement rancher there that they've upgraded. And then oversized ranch homes. Now you do have a couple that are like 1,600 square feet, 3 bed, 2 bath. And then like a random tri-level there. Not a ton of those here. And then, okay, just saw an added garage. Lots of painted brick. This one obviously added garage. So see, like both of these houses straight ahead, carports. So that's something to keep in mind when you're looking in West Hills, is maybe you want West Hills, but you want a garage. So just keep that in mind as you're looking. A lot of them have garages, but a lot of them still are just a carport. I mean, these dogwoods are beautiful. It could get a little spotty, and I don't know if you see this right through those trees. That's I-40. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying the drawback of both West Hills and Deane Hill is going to be the fact that you are literally under the interstate. Some people don't care. I personally do. Like that, for me, that would be a hard no. Just because right now I live on Chapman Highway. Now I'm saying that, but I'm also saying I love West Hills. So if the house was right, let's be honest, I would do it. Well, and my house right now was built in 1899, so like the walls are cardboard. You know what I'm saying? Whereas these are like actual brick houses. So it's more about if you're wanting to sit outside and not hear traffic, that's probably pretty unrealistic. Just calling it like it is. Calling it like it is. So we're gonna go straight here. West Hills Park, ball fields. If you look left, that takes you to the YMCA. Really nice park. You could actually run from essentially Middlebrook Pike to from Middlebrook Pike to the end of this. It's about 3 miles, I want to say. I used to run it literally every day because I could go from my mom's house, which is off Robinson Road, Middlebrook Pike. So I would take from Middlebrook Pike to Walker Springs to basically West Hills Park and run all the way to West Hills and loop back around, take a turn. So as you can see, I mean, West Hills just is a great area. Large yards, super established, beautiful homes. Some of them, yes, need to be completely gutted, reimagined on the outside. I always think it would be cool if, you know, sometimes you see these houses that have been totally updated. This is a newer house. Literally barely any new construction. The house was built probably 2010-ish. I used to nanny some kids. I nannied their grandparents, lived in a house on the street back in the day. But you can see, like, some of this, it needs to be updated. Like this, you know, it's time. It's time. But I want to tell you that if you want to be, I've also been in that house before. If you are wanting to be in this area, you're going to pay more, even if it's a fixer-upper, because you're paying for the location of West Hills. It is highly coveted. It is beautiful. It is everything you dreamed of and more. And location-wise, you have to remember, too, you're paying for proximity to downtown, proximity to all the West Knox stuff. But also, like, someone with the dollars will come in and purchase the house. So a lot of times people think, like, wow, that's so much money for an old basement rancher. Well, once it's updated, there was a car coming. Once it's updated, you're going to be paying even more. This stop sign was an addition when I was a child. Like, this stop sign has been here for a long time, but I'm just telling you, back in the day, it didn't even exist. We got a walker. This Westboro Drive, you got to go down there. It's gorgeous. So, you know, tons of potential. My sister went to school with a girl that grew up in that house. I jumped on the trampoline in the backyard back in the day P.S. by the way, I asked my husband if we could get a trampoline in the yard. He wasn't really into it. But I feel like if I just show up with it, he's like, you will never use that, Haley. I'm like, yeah, I think it's good for your like lymphatic system or something. It's like good for your health, you know? You gotta shake all the stuff out, get it all moving and going, let it do its thing. This is an interesting house. And then brand new construction. Not brand new, but it's not 1970s, you feel me? So West Hills is shining. It's beautiful as ever. Love it. Chesterfield is a classic West Hills neighborhood. Sorry, West Hills street name. Golly gee. But I mean, you can just tell, like, people care. It's established. It's worth the investment, in my opinion. Like, this would be a no-brainer. If you were thinking about moving to Knoxville, I would be like, West Hills, you gotta check it out. Now, obviously, if you want new construction, West Hills is not your vibe, okay? But I'm not opposed to new construction, but I think I'm more interested, like, personally in location, and this just seems more like, also I like a neighborhood where you can run, and you could totally run through here 100%. Bennington is another West Hills classic street. We turned on Bennington earlier. We came from the school. It goes all the way to Morel. So here's a good example, like updated to my right, and then literally the house right next to it, also updated. The house across the street, not updated. The house next door, not updated. So, you know, you can see stuff's going on. People are making changes. People are investing into their homes, adding value, doing all the stuff. Okay, this walkway right up here, where that's like you could cross right there, that is the same walkway that we saw next to West Hills Elementary. And this is the same one I was talking about that will take you everywhere. Scan for trail info. Dogwood Trail, West Hills Baptist to my right. That's where I grew up going to church. And then YMCA to my left. There is a huge, awesome outdoor pool. I'm sure right now it looks like complete trash, but they actually downsized it. Look. Trader Joe's right there. Do you see it? It's literally right there. We just passed over I-40. And that is the West Hills Dogwood Trail. I hope you enjoyed it. Well, that was West Hills. That was Deane Hill. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you on the next video.